the old lighthouse keeper. There is a lighthouse at the edge of the world, and tonight it is keeping watch so that you don't have to. Part 1. The Shore Path. The path to the lighthouse runs along the top of the cliffs, and at this hour it belongs entirely to you. You have been walking for a little while, not long enough to be tired, just long enough to have left behind the noise of the day, the heat of the day, the particular weight that the day leaves behind when it is finally over. The path has carried you away from all of that, one slow step at a time, until now there is only the path and the dark sea below it, and the lighthouse at the end of it, its beam moving in its slow, reliable circle above. The ground underfoot is firm, packed earth and short grass, slightly damp from the evening air. Your footsteps are almost silent on it. The path is wide enough to walk comfortably, and it curves gently along the line of the cliff, not dramatically, not steeply, just following the natural shape of the land, the way paths that have been walked for a long time tend to do. The air here is different from the air you left behind. It is cooler, and it has a weight to it that is not unpleasant, a density that comes from the sea, from the salt and the moisture that the sea puts into everything it touches. You breathe it in and feel it settle into your lungs. It is clean. It is the cleanest air you have breathed all day. To your left, the cliff falls away to the sea. You can hear it more than see it, the long, slow sound of the water below, not crashing but surging, the particular sound of deep water moving against old stone. It arrives in waves that are not quite regular, each one slightly different from the last, a small variation within a larger rhythm, and that rhythm is so slow and so deep that it is less a sound and more a feeling, a vibration that enters through the soles of your feet and travels upward through the body, settling somewhere behind the sternum where the day's tension has been living. The lighthouse is ahead. You can see its base now, a white tower, dark at its lower levels, lit from above where the lantern room rotates in its patient circle. The beam sweeps out over the sea and returns and sweeps out again. You have been watching it without knowing you are watching it, and the watching has been one of the quietest things you have done all day. There is a small cottage attached to the base of the tower. Its windows are lit. Warm amber, the color of a fire or an oil lamp, not the sharp white of modern light, but the older, softer kind that asks nothing of your eyes except to receive it. Someone has left the lamp on for you. Someone who has been keeping watch while you were elsewhere, and who is now inviting you in from the dark. The gate at the path's end opens easily. You step through. The door of the cottage is unlocked. You go inside. Part 2. The keeper's room. The room is small and round, a curve to every wall, the stone slightly irregular beneath the whitewash, the floor worn smooth and dark with age. The ceiling is low enough that the lamp on the table lights it entirely, and the lamp is the old kind. Oil, brass, its glass chimney warm to the eye, and throwing a light that bends around the room rather than striking it. There is no other person here. The room has been prepared for you, and now it is yours. Along the curve of the outer wall, a cot, narrow but long, its mattress thick and slightly high, covered in a wool blanket of deep navy blue. Folded back at one corner, as if someone knew you were coming and when. A pillow at the head, white, softened by time. Everything in this room has been softened by time, not damaged, only made gentler. The stone, the wood, the lamp, the blanket, all of it has been here long enough to have arrived at its final, quietest version of itself. You sit on the edge of the cot. The mattress accepts your weight fully. Your back straightens for a moment, then releases. On the small table beside the lamp, there is a cup. You do not know when it arrived or who placed it there, only that it is here, and it is warm, and the steam rising from it carries something herbal and faintly sweet, the smell of something brewed slowly with patience and offered without agenda. You lift it. The warmth travels from the ceramic into your palms, up through your wrists, into your arms. You breathe in and hold it for a moment. You breathe out. The lamp does not flicker. The flame inside the glass chimney is perfectly still, or nearly still. Once in a while, a small draft through the cracked window above the cot makes it lean very slightly to one side, and then it rights itself, and then it is still again. You watch this happen twice, perhaps 3 times, without deciding to watch it. It is simply something the eyes do when they have stopped needing to look for anything. Through the window above the cot, the sea. Not visible exactly, only dark and moving. But the sound of it fills the room in the way that ocean sounds fill rooms near the shore. Not loudly, not intrusively, but completely. The room is made of it. The air is made of it. You are breathing it in with each breath. The slow pulse of the water, the deep hiss of the returning wave, the particular silence between one swell and the next, that is not silence at all, but its own kind of fullness. The lighthouse beam passes overhead, very faintly, every few seconds. A pale amber shift in the darkness outside the window, and then gone, and then returned. It has been doing this all night. It will do this all night. You do not need to watch for it. It is already watching for everything. You lie back. The pillow receives your head. The blanket is already across your legs. The room holds you. The sea holds the room. The lighthouse holds the sea. You are held. Part 3. The sound of the water. The sea at night is a different thing from the sea in daylight. In daylight, it is something you look at. It has color and surface and definition and distance. It asks the eyes to measure it, to find its edges, to understand its movement. But at night, the sea loses its surface. It becomes only sound and smell and the slow pressure of its presence, a heaviness in the air, a weight in the dark, something very large moving at the edge of perception, and sound. The wave arrives first as a low vibration, felt before it is heard, something beneath the frequency of easy attention. It travels through the stone of the cliff, through the foundation of the cottage, through the floor and the cot and the mattress, and into the body itself, where it arrives as a slow, deep settling. A feeling like a hand placed flat against the back, like the body being reminded that it is resting on something. And then the sound rises into hearing. A long, smooth surge of water against stone, not violent, not dramatic. The sound of water that has crossed a great distance and has arrived, finally, at the edge of the land and is simply completing its journey. Then the withdrawal, the slow drag of the water drawing back across itself, a sound like a long exhale, like the sea breathing out. It takes longer than the arrival. It always does. The withdrawal is the slower half of each wave, the part that lingers, the part that sounds like release, and then the silence between. The silence between waves is not quiet. It is filled with the residue of the wave that just passed, and the anticipation, wordless, not quite conscious, of the wave that is coming. It is the pause at the end of a long exhale, before the inhale begins. It is the moment of transition, of between, and it is perhaps the deepest moment in the cycle. This is the rhythm the sea has maintained for longer than there have been people to listen to it. Long, slow surge, long, slow withdrawal, a pause that is also a kind of fullness. And then again. You are not counting the waves. You are not tracking them. You are only receiving them one after another, the way the shore receives them, passively, completely, without effort or preference. Somewhere above, the foghorn sounds. One long, low note, not sharp, not alarming, but deep and sustained, the sound of something patient making itself known. It fades slowly, absorbed by the dark and the sea. And then the silence is back. And in the silence, the next wave is already arriving. The lamp on the table is burning. The lighthouse beam is turning. The sea is breathing, and you are here, inside all of it. And none of it asks anything of you. Your breathing has slowed to match the sea's breathing. You did not decide this. The body decided it, below the level of decision. The old, competent, entirely trustworthy part of you that knows how to rest. That has always known how to rest. And is simply waiting, each night, for the conditions that allow it to do what it knows. The conditions are here. Part 4. The Keeper's Watch. There is someone awake, above you, not in the room. The room is yours alone, but high in the tower, in the lantern room at the top of the stone stairs, someone is turning the light. Or rather, the light is turning itself, as it has turned every night for as long as the lighthouse has stood here, and whoever watches over it is simply present, sitting at the window, looking out over the dark sea, noting what needs to be noted. You do not need to know what they see. You do not need to see it yourself. That is the particular gift of this place. A lighthouse exists for exactly one reason: to watch the dark so that others do not have to hold a light in the place where light is needed, to see and to signal, I see, I am here, you are safe to pass. Every ship that has ever been guided by this light has been guided not because the sailors themselves were watchful enough, but because the lighthouse was watchful for them. The lighthouse carried the watching. The sailors could rest. And tonight, the lighthouse is carrying it for you. You do not have to solve anything tonight. You do not have to decide anything. You do not have to remember what you forgot or prepare for what is coming or work out, even approximately how tomorrow will go. The lighthouse is awake. The keeper is at the window. The beam is turning. Every person and everything that depends on the light being on, all of it is being tended to, right now, by something that does not need your help. Your job tonight is only this: to be here, inside the warmth of this room, and to let the watching be done for you. The lamp on the table is small and steady. It has been burning since you arrived, and it will burn until morning, and in the morning you will not remember the exact quality of its light, only that it was there, and that it was enough. The wool blanket is heavy across your legs. You can feel the weave of it against your palms, the slight lanolin warmth of old wool, the reassuring weight of something made to last. Your hands have stopped looking for things to do. They are resting now, flat and still, receiving the warmth of the blanket the way hands rest when they have finally decided that there is nothing left that requires holding. Outside the window, the sea. A long, slow surge against the base of the cliff. The deep, unhurried withdrawal. And again. You're not listening to it anymore. It has moved below listening, into the body, into the rhythm that the body is already running. The slow pulse in the chest, the longer rhythm of the breath, the deeper rhythm beneath those that you almost never notice, and that has been keeping you alive without your attention for every moment of your life. The sea breathes in. The sea breathes out. You breathe out. The room is warm. Part 5. The body at rest. The cot holds your body now, not just supporting it, holding it the way water holds something that has finally decided to float. The mattress is beneath you, the blanket above you, the pillow under your head, and together they form a system that requires nothing from you except your weight, and you are giving it your weight. All of it. Feel your feet. They are still inside the warmth of the blanket, loose and heavy, not going anywhere, not preparing to go anywhere. The tension of the day has drained out of them, through the soles, into the mattress, into the old springs and the frame of the cot, and down through the floor of the cottage and into the stone of the cliff and into the sea. Your feet are light because they have given everything to the earth beneath them. Your calves are soft. The long muscles that have been working all day, standing, walking, driving, carrying, have received permission to stop. They are resting against the mattress now, and the mattress is receiving them without complaint, giving a little, holding a little, the exact amount each muscle needs. Your knees are still. The joints have released. The backs of your knees, where the day's tension loves to gather silently, without announcement, have let go of whatever they were holding. You feel it leaving. A small, quiet release, the kind that is only noticed in its aftermath. Your thighs are heavy. Very heavy. The weight of your thighs is pressing into the mattress, and the mattress is pressing back with exactly the right pressure, and between your weight and the mattress's response, your legs are completely, entirely supported. You could not fall if you tried. There is nowhere to fall to. You are already resting on the deepest thing. The sea sounds below. One long surge, one long withdrawal. You breathe with it, without deciding to. Pause 5s. Your hips have settled into the mattress, the places in your lower back that carry the day's posture, the day's load, the day's long hours of holding yourself upright. These places are softening now, not suddenly, slowly, the way old wood softens in a warm room, the tension releasing one layer at a time, each layer going without drama, each one simply done. Your belly is soft. It rises with the breath and falls, and in the falling there is a small, complete release, something the body does only when it feels safe enough, which is letting the belly go entirely, not holding, not controlling, only breathing, only receiving, only doing the oldest and simplest thing a body can do. Your chest is open. The ribs have widened just a little. The last of the day's compression has been breathed out, and what is left is space. Clean space for the breath to move through, for the air to arrive and be used and go. The lighthouse beam turns outside. The foghorn sounds, very faint, very far. Your arms are heavy. Your forearms are resting against the blanket. Your hands are open, the fingers slightly curved, as hands are when all the reaching has stopped. The warmth of the blanket is moving up into your palms, into the spaces between your fingers, into the heels of your hands where the tension always forgets to leave until the very end. It is leaving now. Your shoulders have dropped. You did not notice when it happened, only that they are lower now, wider, softer. The muscles across the back of your shoulders and along the tops of your arms have been waiting all evening for permission to rest, and the permission has been given, and they are resting, and the relief of it is quiet and complete. Your neck is long. The muscles that hold the head, which have been working since before the day began, have softened against the pillow. The pillow is receiving the full weight of your head, which is the weight of everything you thought today, everything you carried in your thinking, the plans and the worries and the half-resolved things and the things you said and did not say. The pillow is holding all of it. You don't have to. Your jaw has opened very slightly. The back teeth have parted. The tongue has fallen away from the roof of the mouth. The small, constant effort of keeping the jaw in position, an effort you have been making every waking hour without knowing it, has been released, and with it, the face has become simply a face at rest. The eyes, beneath their closed lids, are still. The brow is smooth. The sea moves beneath the window. The lighthouse turns above. The lamp holds its small, steady light. Your body is resting on the cot in the keeper's cottage at the edge of the cliff, at the edge of the sea, and the sea has been here for longer than you can imagine and will be here long after you wake, and nothing about the sea needs you to watch it or worry about it or understand it. It is simply there, and you are simply here, and the two of you together are breathing. Part 6. Deeper into the dark. The night has deepened. You can feel it rather than see it, a thickening of the dark outside the window, the sea becoming less visible and more felt, the distance between the cottage and the rest of the world growing longer and less passable. This is the hour when the waking world folds in on itself and rests, when even the things that stay awake, the sea, the lighthouse, the keeper, do so quietly and without urgency. The lamp on the table is still burning. It has burned all evening. It will burn until morning. It does not need to be tended or monitored or worried over. It simply burns as it was designed to burn, as it has always burned in this room, in this lighthouse on this shore. The flame is a constant, a small, amber, entirely reliable constant in the dark. Your thoughts have grown very quiet. They have not disappeared, only moved to a greater distance. The things that felt urgent earlier this evening are still somewhere in the room, but they have moved to the corner near the door, the furthest point from where you are lying, and they are sitting there quietly, not gone but waiting, willing to wait, because they know, as you now know, that there is nothing that cannot wait until morning. The foghorn sounds. One low, long note, absorbed by the sea in the dark. Gone. The silence after it is deeper than the silence before. The sea continues. The last thread of the day is fraying. You can feel it going, the last thin resistance, the last small part that has been keeping watch in the way that one part of you always keeps watch, even in sleep, even in rest, because it has learned that watching is necessary, that the world requires monitoring, that it is not safe to let everything go. But tonight, something is different. Tonight, the lighthouse is watching. Tonight, the keeper is at the window. Tonight, the beam is turning and the sea is moving, and everything that needs tending is tended. And the one last thing that needs letting go, that small, tired, faithful part of you that has been watching all day and into the night, is finally, gently being given permission. Being given permission. Pause fives. You don't have to watch anymore. The lighthouse has it. Let it go. Part 7. The lighthouse keeps watch. The lighthouse will keep watch tonight. It has kept watch on every night before this one, and it will keep watch on every night after, and tonight is no different from those nights except that you are here, in the cottage, in the cot, under the navy blanket, and the lighthouse is keeping watch for you specifically as it keeps watch for everything it has ever watched over. You do not need to hold anything anymore. Not the day, not the worry, not the unfinished thing, not the thing you said and the thing you should have said and the thing waiting to be decided. None of it needs holding tonight. It will all be exactly where you left it in the morning. Nothing will have moved. Nothing requires your vigilance between now and then. The sea is breathing. Long and slow and patient. Your body is heavy. Your legs are heavy. Your arms are very heavy. The blanket is warm across your chest. The pillow is soft under your head. The lamp is burning, small and steady, amber and unchanged. Breathe in. Breathe out. The sea breathes with you. Your eyes are still, very still. Your jaw is soft. Your shoulders are low. Your arms are heavy, very heavy. The lamp, still burning. The lighthouse, still turning. The sea, still breathing. There is nothing you need to do from here, nothing you need to watch for, nothing you need to be ready for. The lighthouse is already ready. The sea is already moving. The keeper is already at the window, looking out over the dark water, seeing what there is to see, noting what needs noting, keeping the watch that tonight, this night, is not yours to keep. Your body is heavy. The blanket is warm. The sea is breathing. You are breathing. The room is warm and the lamp is on and the lighthouse is watching and the sea is slow and your body is. The lighthouse keeps watch. The sea breathes you down into the dark, and the dark is soft and the dark is safe and you. You are here. You are warm. You are safe. You're already asleep. The lighthouse will keep watch all night. Sleep well.